EnVyUs, again, we did see a performance from them on Mirage yesterday, but it was only Kiyoshima who really was delivering much of anything. It was a bit of a struggle. So from that perspective, if Heroic are going to be able to have a really easy time against EnVyUs, I mean, is this something that they can really fix overnight? I feel like it looks grim for EnVyUs right now.
Simple on Mirage. Well, we'll see. I mean, he hasn't been as explosive as we know him from all the highlights of the pugs and so on and matches. But maybe this is a map for him. We will soon find out. We are counting down in the warm-up. They will soon be kicking things off. So will it be a 2-0 for Navi, sorry? Or can EnVy take us to train? That is a question which will soon be answered. Let us know your thoughts.
I think this is going to be really tough for EnVyUs, honestly. If it's a showing like yesterday, it's going to have to be a completely new look on Mirage, and I'm not sure how they'll achieve it. And I mean, they're going to know that. So, it's going to be a tough one. They obviously, in the veto, left it in the pool, and it was something that was chosen by Navi. Let's have a look. Yes, indeed it was. So yeah, it was left in the pool, Navi picked it. That's something that's very predictable for EnVyUs, so they should have been able to prepare for this. They should have been able to come up with a game plan for this map ahead of time. So, and they have that data from yesterday, playing it against Heroic. So hopefully for EnVyUs, starting off on this CT side, they can get off to a good start, much better than yesterday, I hope. And Navi, they're getting on that T side, and they're going to go straight to A.
The whole team. Flamey has a smoke, which looks like it's being deployed maybe towards the connector jungle position. Yes, it is. And here comes the charge. One flashbang. Kiyoshima is going to start things off, going wide, but a jumping peak will be good enough. 3 CTs remain. 6 will get picked off, leaving Haji and XMS just trying to pre-fire positions. XMS going to kill onto Simple. And this is not a favorable engagement. The bomb has been rescued for the time being, but they're continuing to duel. They're hell-bent on this frag, and XMS is coming in for support. Where is the bomb going now? All of a sudden, things getting super weird. Electronic hopping over towards the B bomb site, but Haji is already there, and not spotted from the angles, but probably heard. This is so awkward. They were looking so good, Navi. What's going on now?
Ooh, this is not looking all that great. Edward used to have quite some special stuff to show you with the pistol, but now he's going to have to summon that because this 1v2 does look a little bit grim at this point. He's going to keep pressing the issue here, and smartly by EnVyUs, they're trying to just keep the spacing good so that they can guarantee the trade, and they're going to be able to do just that. And it's Haji with the frag. So 1-0 EnVyUs. I don't know how they recovered that. It really felt like Navi they could have just planted on A straight away. It really just seemed like they took the site straight up. So
yeah, I think chasing the frag in jungle was a problem.
Yeah.
The guy was on the other side of the crawl space, which is quite an issue. And yeah, I don't know. Well, there it is. EnVy start off right, but that also includes winning this round. If you win the pistol on a CT and lose the second round, it's almost worse, as it puts the T's in a much better spot. So 6 are going for some funky wallbangs. You can wallbang the position where a CT will look for a player in the underpass from the window when they jump on the table support. You can wallbang that from top mid, but I don't think I've ever seen it in a professional match.
This should be an easy frag for Simple. Easy headshot. Oh, he misses actually. Oh, all right. That's usually, with the crosshair placement as it was, you usually see that just being a straight up kill at that range for the Deagles. So usually pretty easy, but Simple. A little bit shaky. A little bit shaky.
Tag me in, coach.
Yeah, it's gonna take some warm up perhaps. But as you say, this is a good map for the likes of Simple, and although we won't see the AWP for a little bit from him. And depending on the strats that they want to run, we might not see it for quite some time. Scout there for Sixer. I love that Simple's bought the Deagle again. Obviously not buying any Kevlar with it the first time, which does allow you to buy a Deagle in the consecutive round after the second round. Kiyo looking to farm. Oh, he's only going to get some knees. That is not what you want. And in go the P's.
Oh dear. This should not be possible. This is almost a Glock round. And now they might lose the round at this point. They don't have position. 2 plays towards CT, though the bomb's not getting planted just yet. Sixer doesn't have an angle to stop it. And the T's are spread all over the place. Now, often on a buy round, you'll see the CTs fall back to ramp, but it's only Simple doing that. They've planted for short, and Simple is rotating in that direction with the Desert Eagles, Edward and Flamey to clean things up. I just don't know. Haji's the only man with a kit. They've still got multiple targets. There's a Molotov on the bomb thrown by the T's in a Glock round. What is that? Haji now with 4 HP. And I did wonder, when they lost these 2 players on A, I was thinking to myself, there is a world where a save makes more sense. I mean, that should not be possible. That is not a round you lose ever.
I mean, it was a Glock round, basically. That's insane. Wow.
Life does not need to be
wow.
this arduous.
Yeah, that's quite the misstep. You know, it sucks so much because you defeat the anti-force by like, yeah, we're going to get this these first 3 rounds, going to get that momentum, and then you kind of get stopped straight away. It doesn't feel good. Sixer just with a deagle, can't do too much just yet. And Na'Vi with mostly AKs and loads of utility. They are laughing at the moment. They have good mid presence too, and there are no grenades ready for the CTs. There's 1 flashbang on screen, and that's it. Oh, no, sorry. 1 flashbang on screen and a flash and a smoke on Haji. Otherwise, no grenades. That's pretty appalling for 1 minute 20 on the clock. So, do they get aggressive? Do they just try to play passively? It's very difficult. If Na'Vi decide to go and take a bomb site, it's going to be hard to stop them.
It's a good position that allows the CTs, once the smoke has gone, oh dear, you heard them, there was a sound cue, and I think that was enough for Electronic to get the frag there. Had that not have happened, then Sixer would have seen people moving into connectors. Nice off angle for the CTs, and especially with the vent unbroken, it would have taken the T's by surprise. But again, this one sound can cause all kinds of problems, and now Na'Vi start to spread like a virus over the A side. Scream, Kyoshima, 3 plays in fact on this CT position, but once again they can't stop the bomb plant. Nobody on the short area as Haji's in the window now. How do Envy retake?
Yeah, it's actually not looking too bad for them at this point. They got the 4v3. There is definitely an opportunity for them to make this retake work. It's using the brute force there, pushing in the rifles. XMS with a double. Now down to Flamey. Now Flamey, how awake are you to here today as he pushes in, looking for the next frags. No kit on these players. Scream down very low. Flamey with a health advantage, and there shouldn't be any time on the bomb at this point. Scream, he's going to have to give this one up and just escape with the M4. Na'Vi have done it.
That retake looks on, but Flamey too strong. 2-2. Really, I mean, being a map down, I cannot delete that round from my mind.
Glocks. Mere Glocks.
Well, here it is. Envy on the pistols now and the saved rifle of Scream. He's got a flashbang and a high explosive as well. So we'll see what they can do, this Envy side. Na'Vi probably play slow round, although they'll quickly take control of the middle area. So he's not shy to make inroads towards the B bomb site, clearing out the van at least, but maybe Haji can be activated as a flashbang, but easily avoided by EnVyUs. But he won't get the kill. That's 2 players lost very quickly indeed. Now the money flashbang is from outside the window of the market area. That's the true pop flash for that position. But either way, they get the kills, but they can't quite retrieve that gun. But Kishima's got an AK, and that's a massive problem for Na'Vi.
And that's kind of a big miss from Simple. And that's a shot that would already have helped them. Obviously, it's a play on the other side, but still, thin out those numbers. And Edward goes down. There's no trade. Simple's too far back. Oh my God! That is stunning from Simple.
So nice that it broke the camera.
But how far will that frag really go? There's 50 seconds to go, so there's some time. Simple picks up another one. Now Electronic has more space to work with, as you can see Six is really concerned with Simple. And he might have to come into action now, pulls out the M4. And there's Electronic, catches him off guard easily. Simple down to 9 HP. Surely there's no way he can do this. He would be the ace at this point. That's one more frag. Spots the next player, looking for the damage. But they're in a crossbar setup. Simple surely can't do this. Misses the no-scope. Maybe, just maybe had he hit it, it would have been doable. But EnVyUs will save the day. It's a two-man survival situation at the end, so they do keep some money alive.
This is scrappy. I think 4 out of 5 times Simple gets that kill and probably wins the round 3 out of 5 times after that, or even more. I don't know. That was scary stuff.
That's such a crazy shot. It does go back to, you know, that he had that shot on the guy all the way from Catwalk into the A-bomb site, and if he hit that, he would have been in a 1v1 there. So it's just, you know, one of those things. You can't win them all. And scoreline is 3-2. Both teams really suffering on the money side of things. This is a very important round due to that fact.
Everybody for Na'Vi focused on the A site. It seems to be A with smokes. There is a Molotov on Sixer, and only Sixer, but he's holding some in at a time for the time being. I do like the idea of dropping a Molotov on the smoke, which lands next to the bench position, which was just mollied by Na'Vi to leave a gap in that smoke to fight with. So it's retake territory for EnVy. We've got a second play moving towards CT. There are 4 smokes down on the site at the moment and 1 in connector, and the bomb's down. Now the CTs have to wonder if someone's going to flank them, although the bomb's not planted for that. Getting some kills, they're raining in now. Team on the high ground, picking off the sandwich position, and Zeus went through to check T-spawn. Maybe he was on the rotation, but he has to come back. It's only Zeus and Simple remaining. Zeus in the red, and EnVy just wait. They've got time for this, although Six is the only person with a kit. He is in an important position, and he's nowhere near the site at the moment. In connector, he needs to make his way, because they're running out of time. Six has got to get there. No one's on the bomb just yet. And there we go. Scream needs to get off it. There's no time for him. Oh, what a mess! Oh, no. My God. Are they going to make it?
Oh, no! You hate to see that. That's an absolute catastrophe. Miscommunication and and then some indecision, hesitation.
This is painful to watch. This is painful to watch.
That is brutal. What a loss, and that shatters their economy. Na'Vi in a fantastic position to take over the first half.
That's the kind of thing that your players who have been fragged need to look at what is going on with your team, and they need to look at and say, Sixer, you're the only guy with a kit. You need to get to the site. You need to get Sixer on that bomb. You need to secure his journey from connector to the site. Maybe the T's aren't even peaking because they haven't touched the bomb, but oh my God.
Zeus gave up on that too. He's like, well, this is done. Can't do anything more here. That is...
Dear, oh dear.
Yeah, that is that's definitely
doesn't have
rough.
to be this way, Dan. It doesn't have to be this way.
That's rough. That is rough. And they're going to go for the force buy. And that's a good play to make. They can get the AWP onto Sixer. They can get some CZs, Kevlars. You can see that their money was so low on some players that force buying is... I mean, we need a double save anyway. Ooh, 3-3, and it could get so much worse here for EnVyUs if Na'Vi are able to convert. It looks like they are ready to go for a set piece onto the A site again. Na'Vi, perhaps one of the top teams that actually does the least mid takes and does the least sort of play around middle.
I'm still hurting inside. That smoke on the ramp. Oh man, Scream was walking up mid. That smoke on the ramp would have been perfect because it's delayed the entire execute of Na'Vi, and Scream could have been flanking, but instead Six has rotated to look towards the Palace position. Scream's gone back to B instead of committing to that push he was going for. But Xmas is in a good position. He's still got some bullets in the hole, doing some damage at the very least. Six are picking off the Palace player as well. So far, so good for EnVy.
CZ's so strong, man. This is really problematic at this point. I'm not sure if Na'Vi really want to commit with this. But do they have a choice? It's just such a terrible situation for Na'Vi. EnVyUs are at such an enormous advantage because they have superior numbers. Electronic is basically dead on his feet. And look at this. They're just stuck now. They are just stuck. They can't get onto the site. They've got 40 seconds. It's not a good look at all. Oh my God. Simple. Nice little tap there. He's got 30 seconds to go. He's got to collect the bomb. He's less than half health. And EnVyUs, they know that all they have to do is just wait. He has to make the move. He has to go to a bomb site. And at this point, he's committed to A. They know it.
Sixer is flanking with the AWP, but if Simple were to save and he was to win that duel, then he would have an AWP. So that is dangerous waters, but he is out with his knife. Sixer will land the shot, and all is fine for Envy. Can they stabilize now? No more heart attacks, please. We've run out of ambulances.
That's one of those interesting spots where like it surprises me that Na'Vi wanted to commit into the bomb site. Because when you lose those first 2 players, the push into the site becomes impossible because you have to get the bomb down whilst the smokes are up, which means that you have only 2 people able to cover. And there's just too many spots to cover, and the CTs are really incentivized to actually try to push on top of you whilst the smokes are up because you are down on men. So would have liked to have seen them back off there, but I say it's all good. It might not be because EnVyUs are right back in this one. They have turned the tables. But can a quick B rush, can that be the solution to their woes?
As he's jump picking with the smoke grenade, but if they charge towards the site, he might be better served putting the smoke grenade. Oh, he loves his gimmick smokes. Can he make this one work for him though? They're jumping out, and there's 1 kill for him. He sees one onto the site. He can communicate that to his teammates, but he's going to get picked off. 2 frags now, but Electronic is the last man standing. He has the bomb. He's got himself a 1 versus 1, trying to reposition, trying to continue 1v1s, but that will be all the damage. I was going to say he might be more served by dropping the smoke between the van and the site, so his teammates can rotate through the door, rather, but it works out fine for Envy. Maybe now they can stabilize. Although, this looks like a Glock round for Na'Vi, so who knows what might happen.
Yeah, this is really hard to predict. I mean, Na'Vi's CT side will be pretty solid. I've always been, of all the top teams, they're the team I've been the most critical of when it comes to how they choose their strategies and how they work their tactics on the T side of Mirage. It's just because you don't see that much in the way of mid takes, and there's not so much sophistication there. And we know how powerful mid is. We know how powerful it is to, you can take connector, you can take ladder room, you can boost someone into the window. It creates so many split potentials, lurkers, opportunities. There's so much goodness.
I think we have a tactical right now for Na'Vi because half the players have 1 hand on their face, as you can see, Simple and Flamey. So I think this is an existence-esque discussion for the future rounds, mostly in T-Spawn. This is really good because sometimes 30 seconds is not enough. And again, it's a Glock round and so on. You can just discuss things as long as you want, then run and die. Yep. Just like this. And now Simple is on the ramp on an eco round. This is awkward.
So, one thing to consider as well, okay, so if you think about Na'Vi's style...
What is he doing? Why is he doing this?
If you think about Na'Vi's style of play, right, they're encouraging EnVyUs to play 2 men deep on these A setups and towards the A pit position. And this is something that, by taking mid, you actually affect the rotations. You either force them to push or you pull the players out of pit. So if you then come into the A push later on in the rounds, you're less likely to have like a 2-man setup to deal with, like we saw before, like with the CZs. So I think Na'Vi must pressure more of the map so that they can pull rotations more instead of just running into these bomb sites with just basic set pieces with no pressure around the map. This has to be the next adjustment. Otherwise, they're just too easy to counter.
Both teams on a buy again. AK's out for Na'Vi, no sniper rifle anymore. Limited on grenades. Perhaps we will see another fast play, another commitment from most of the team, although they will start out in a more traditional fashion, although not 2, but 3 players towards the A ramp at the beginning of the round. Simple avoiding the initial grenades. He might hear the CT jumping around, maybe trying to catch him off guard. Sixer with a forward position. Nice frag from him. Can he back off though?
That's a great read actually, to have the AWPer in the palace, expecting the lurker, but look at Simple. He's going for the solo man play into the B-bomb site. This could be really confusing here for the EnVyUs lineup. Hadji knows he's wandering around, just holding position there. Simple could get into the market potentially, or look for the 1v1 as the push comes into the A site at the same time. Simple will execute Hadji, but look at this, it's a 4v3 for Na'Vi. EnVyUs have to somehow find a way to stabilize and get an understanding of what is going on.
I don't think Hadji had any idea. I think he was just holding an off angle for somebody jumping out of the window. Simple covered his jump with a shot of the AK, and Hadji couldn't identify from the directional sound where he was because Hadji dropped a smoke in the middle of the site. I don't know. That was weird. But Envy are in a pretty bad position to go for a retake here. They are heading towards the site, but I do wonder if there's no pick from the short position, do they commit? Simple's got a great angle for Kiyashima, who is heading towards the market position. Sixer boosted up. The Electronic is in apartments, and they are committing now. There is a frag which activates the rest of the push, and now they might be at the point of no return. That bomb is quite ticked already. Again, Sixer's the only one of the kit screen moving forward, trying to run distraction, but Sixer's not close enough to defuse this bomb. He's running to the site though, but how does he stop Simple? He's on the bomb, it's in the smoke, and there he goes. Everything will be lost apart from the AK on screen. Trying to go for the AWP, but it could be anywhere now. Sent flying by the bomb. Great luck play by Simple, harassing the lone player in the B bomb site and causing mass confusion.
I mean, I feel like Na'Vi are pretty fortunate there because EnVyUs had a great start to the round. He sees, Sixer.
He pulled his knife out. He had no idea.
And it's really odd that he misread it in that way.
But I think he threw the smoke that was in the middle of the site. Maybe I was wrong about that, but that was what confused me. But yeah, he had no idea where Simple was.
But yeah, without Simple's play into from B apartments into the B bomb site, winning 1v1 with Hadji, they don't get that round. They had no way in. They were pretty much shut down around the rest of the map. They had no mid control. They had two players towards the A side of the map who couldn't do anything at that point as well. They're just sort of stuck there. So again, from that round, although Na'Vi did win it, we didn't really see a greater, any sort of significant adjustment when it comes to, bettering their approach to the rounds to cause chaos in Envy's ranks. So still looking to see more pressure across the map here from Na'Vi.
Sixer and Hadji towards the B bomb site. Do wonder if they'll put Sixer in situ to look through apartments and then leave him alone towards the B bomb site. He won't have anyone entertaining him anytime soon, as two players are moving through the underpass. 180, 360 from Electronic. Simple taking that towards the ramp. Edward and Zeus moving faster. They've got the bomb in tow on this ramp position. Looks like a simple split of A from Na'Vi.
Yeah, they just, again, they're just going for a push without any presence on the map. And EnVyUs read it perfectly. You could see that previously. We'll go back into that in a moment because they need to finish off the last two players. Maybe there could be a chance here, but Zeus will go down and it's up to Edward in the 1v4. And it's going to be really tough at this point. EnVyUs have gained so much ground, so much control of the map. And EnVyUs knew exactly what was happening. As soon as the smokes dropped, they knew that there was going to be a push from Connector, and they had two people looking at it, and the rest of the Na'Vi was stuck on the pit position. They couldn't move. So it's another round where Na'Vi's strategical approach is just not good enough.
Edward has 30 seconds. Probably intends on dying, worst case scenario, but not charging straight into the B bomb site. He has a higher chance of a 1 versus 1, as Envy will have a number of different places to spread. Now, Hadji's moved through B apps, but Scream is still in B. I think, did Hadji go through the underpass? No, they're about to find out that B is clear. Maybe left one person on A, but it seems Edward would hold on to the AK-47. But he's running straight towards Hadji, who suddenly realizes... I don't know why he is pulling out the bomb.
To offer surrender.
He probably dies anyway, but you can't fire bullets with a bomb.
He wants to give the bomb away to CTs, get a peace treaty going. But yeah, this is just more of the same from Na'Vi. Again, no map pressure. Instead of just having three or four on the pit here, they try to split by having two running through the underpass, and they just try to run at EnVyUs. Right now, they're not really if EnVyUs see pressure, they know that the bomb site is about to be taken every single round.
It's one of these. I think these kinds of rounds have proven difficult for Envy to deal with, and again, maybe that is the lack of experience as a unit together. Because the longer you're together, the more experience you have with these kind of scenarios. Two people are playing a site, they have expectations of each other, there's less to discuss, and things can run a little better. So far, so good on this occasion. 5 versus 3. Haji spots a play towards the chair. Doesn't need to die on this hill, but of course he has his advantages. There's a Molotov in connector, so he can't be double peaked for the time being. From that angle, Scream will pop in to see what's going on. And that will leave Simple in top mid. Patient with the deagle. Support needs to come in. They can try to get a multiple kick coming in. Some tagging through the box, some peeking from the window. Simple gets a 1 versus 1, but he'll only be good for the 1 kill in that round. 8-4. Looking like a good half for Envy.
Yeah, it does really feel like Na'Vi are sort of allowing things to be a bit easier than it could be for Envy. I think if Na'Vi are running defaults and playing map control and really mid-rounding against EnVyUs, I think, you know, EnVyUs being sort of the pug lineup, I think that's really tough for them to deal with. What we saw from Heroic was much more advanced, like strategically, than what we're seeing from Na'Vi at the moment, and it worked out a lot better against Envy. And we get this sort of double save situation from Na'Vi. They're really not having a good time on the economy, and EnVyUs have been sustaining some losses in these rounds, so their economy is not booming just yet. This is a great round for them to build some cash and really make sure that Na'Vi will never be able to play against an eco and get a free one.
Zeus managed to completely exit the site after that really close range duel from basically his sandwich position with a Glock. XMS needs to get out of there now, 8 HP. Play the long range, don't allow a weapon to be collected if you are finished off by these players. 2 players in the ladder room. The Envy players on B playing further back. Kishima, I'm not sure if he's aware of the potential that somebody is in the ladder room because he's looking in mid from the window. So it seems that they have no idea where these Na'Vi players are. Now Na'Vi banking on somebody getting curious. Simple. Hello. When he sees 2. He's got 1 kill, and Kishima started firing immediately, so he knows Kishima's there as well, and he's willing to take this duel. Kishima will fall back. And now they know that both players are there because the Glock has been activated. A nice shot from Simple, and he finds another one. Running out of bullets though. Will they continue to duel him 1v1? Can hold the position for the rotation, but then do you leave Sixer alone on the A bomb site? Scream will finish things off from short, and that is crisis averted, round number 9 for Envy.
Right then. Please, Na'Vi, let's see something different. Let's see a different approach. You can't just be doing the same thing over and over again.
Yes, they can, Dan. Yes, they can.
Okay. The problem is about like you know, the mids take stuff is in the map control style of plays that I've never seen them doing it like particularly well. So I don't know if they really have it in the bag. Okay, there we go. We get some nades into mids. Na'Vi looking to occupy, and one of the beauteous parts about this is that you can potentially, if the other team wants to challenge your mid control, you can maybe get like a 4v4 or something like that, and that works out really well for the Ts. It really impacts the CT rotation, and as the T side, you can really create some great calling against what you predict the rotation to look like. But that's a phenomenal shot there from Scream. It was so quick. Flamey never knew what hit him there. And Edward does get into the ladder room. So this is fine. You know, you lose a man, but you gain a huge amount of map control. Now, if they want, they can pull all the way back towards A pit, go for a split, leave a lurker out there in one of the extremities. Well, not the extremities, but in one of the sort of center positions, actually, the opposite of an extremity, either it being connector or ladder room. And they have a man in both positions at the moment, so that's kind of cool. But what are they going to do with it?
Envy have got a funky setup with Sixer holding short from Biap's balcony, while Haji is holding B from Biap's balcony. And Scream is in CT spawn, so with Na'Vi having 1 player on connector and 2 players on ramp, this could be problematic for Envy. Zeus trying to figure out where the CT was, and that will work out for Scream, but maybe Edward can be activated from the ladder room. In the meantime, Simple picking plays off. There's Scream on a rotation, getting cut to pieces. Kishima missing the shot, but there are 20 seconds to plant the bomb. Haji needs to make a play towards short, and then they've got almost every plant spot covered. There is Simple trying to plant the bomb, but where is the frag from Haji? There is a smoke on the connector, so the bomb is allowed to go down. That's crucial for Na'Vi.
Okay, this is looking a bit sketchy here for Envy, and I don't think they're going to be able to do this one now. Six is locked out of the vent position. Edward will take down Haji, and I think that playing so passively has just bitten EnVyUs in the backside. I think they gave too much respect to Na'Vi in that round. They just They had a 5v4, but then they were all playing from spawn, which seems a bit strange. So Na'Vi able to take that one. Different approach, working out, getting some map control. It's pretty good, James, getting map control.
Getting it, being given it. Some frustration there. Sequasa. Last round, will it be double figures for Envy? Not looking very likely. Haji with the AWP. Potentially spawn dependent. I think Six is going to go for the fast boost. No, he's jumping on the box, which is how you normally just get absolutely wrecked, but Simple gives him an extra chance. I think he was aiming to jump past the angle because he's not expecting somebody to go for such a brazen play. You didn't really see that so often in pro matches. Catches him off guard. If it's a play of an AK, might get a kill there. Either way, Six will die regardless, and now Haji with AWP, again dropping that smoke in the sight like he did on the previous round. And Scream will have extra cover. Doesn't want to get pre-fired though. Everybody knows where he might have been standing. And the CTs will be drained one by one, leaving Kyoshima alone. And his white force is soon to be sapped. Simple will absorb his soul. 6 rounds for Na'Vi in that half.
Indeed, indeed. 17 and 11 for Simple there. Not a bad performance. But yeah, I do think that Na'Vi are lucky to get 6 rounds on the board. I think EnVyUs, playing so passively in the 5v4 was a little bit of an overestimation. And that said, 9-6, that's the scoreline. It's a great advantage for EnVyUs if they're able to take the pistol round. They're going to have a good time. But this is where Na'Vi are really dangerous. The T side I was not impressed with, but their CT side could be devastating. So I'm really afraid for EnVyUs here because it's going to be hard being this sort of ragtag group of guys to get the coordination that they may need to really be able to brute force their way through what could be a horribly strong, desperately strong CT side from Na'Vi. Simple, whiffing quite a few shots though as the B push comes in. It's looking good here for Envy.
Electronic with that off angle again. Rarer than the under the window, and it works out for him, delivering 2 headshots, leaving Six alone. 1 versus 3. Under pressure, looking for targets. Finds one, but Flamey finds his base, and that is a successful pistol run for Na'Vi. Again, that 9-6 scoreline can weigh very heavy if you're on the back foot, but Na'Vi have put their best foot forward.
Yeah, I think they're going to be off to a really good half here with this. It's going to be hard to see them losing to any kind of a force buy, but you never know. You never know with CS. Go. Those CZs are pretty damn good. What is the call here from EnVyUs? Looks like just a straight-up B rush, and they'll have one man moving towards Palace, maybe to try to get an extra bit of damage in. Catch someone rotating when the B push comes in, and maybe you could just play for the kill there. And that said, they're actually not going for a rush, just sort of spreading out, looking for picks. They're being denied. Absolutely denied so far.
Rejected. They're being blocked. They're being deleted. Alerts have been turned off. They've been set to ignore. They've been G-line. They've been K-lined.
Let's see the G-line. Okay. 8 to 9. Glocks coming out. I think this is. I think this is gonna be pretty rough for EnVyUs. I think though, if they play pretty fast and do have a strong mid rounds, they can be okay here. But I can't wait until we get some ops going on the Na'Vi side. Simple going forward. It's going to the Palace. No, just to Shadow. And EnVyUs. These block rounds, they're hopeless, aren't they, James? It always feels a bit hopeless.
Well, they're hopeless unless it's Na'Vi with the Glocks.
Yeah, that's true.
In this particular match, in this vacuum of Counter-Strike.
Indeed.
These Glocks might not be so powerful. My expectations are low, and they should be.
There you go. Lovely double from Edwards. Finishing off the pesky blocks.
Ding dong.
Simple, not so lucky though. And just Kyoshima left. Can he discover playing the headshots? And he will be headshots. Flamey with the kill. 9-9. Pair of 9s. I was going to say hooks, but that's the jacks, isn't it?
Yeah, fish hooks.
Is that, are they swans or something? What's the swans? Is that 7s?
I'm not familiar with swans.
What are 9s?
Don't know. 9s?
Pair of 9s.
Just 9s.
Fair enough.
As far as I know, anyway.
I think there's something for every single pocket pair. So
Club I used to play in had 5-2 offsuit as the gut shot special. Got closed down by the government, of course, as almost every club I used to play in London. Anyway, 9-9. Both teams on the bye. Simple and the teammate getting very aggressive. And when you have those plays jumping on the barrels, the CTs will often run in Palace, and that running has been heard. But what can Envy do about it? I don't think they are aware that there are 2 players here. And Simple's in a blind spot now. This is a deep blind spot, 1 of 2 in the Palace position. There's a massive bait going on. But then the first player go past. No, he engages with the MP7, but the trade is there for screen.
This is a very good look. 4v3 pretty quickly there for Envy. Edward down to 2 HP. And Na'Vi, they haven't really had too much time to build up cash. So EnVyUs, all they have to do is group together, just push in somewhere, anywhere, and it's going to be pretty fine. Na'Vi doing the sensible thing and sort of grouping together here and just abandoning the B-bomb site, focusing their forces. Electronic now down to 24. There's very little that they can do with such low health on their players. So EnVyUs have won the rounds, but maybe they don't know it just yet. But
don't cancel it just yet.
There's very little challenge here. James, I mean, they're playing save already, so.
Well, Electronic was near the site, and Envy are not on the site just yet. They've got 3 people to eliminate. So I was thinking even a Molotov might win this round. Here comes the execute, so perhaps they have. I just like you. I mean, the way this match has been going so far, until the round is won, I am assuming nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that was a difficult start to the round for Na'Vi, losing 2 players in quick succession. But that is, if you weren't aware of that angle, that is an angle. So if you push a CT, that is something you can hold if you think there's a potential rotation coming back. And it's not important for you to be close to the site itself. It's rarely checked by Ts, so if you can let the first person go past depending on what is going on. The other off angle is where Electronic was almost standing as kind of behind him as a T. You can stand in the corner, and CTs, if they're pushing, can go straight past you. It's by the window. Good position for a knife.
Okay, well, EnVyUs take the lead, and oh, someone's left the server. Who is it? Edward Electronics have got Zeus. Zeus, what are you doing, Zeus? Where's Zeus? Where is he?
Man like
there
Zeus.
he is.
There he is.
He's back.
Hello.
7,000 dollars. Let's see how he spends them. Pretty M4 on the go. Curious what Simple will do with this spawn.
Where is Simple spawn?
Boom.
It's all right. Yeah, he could look at
Palace.
ramp, go connector. He could go to Palace.
I reckon Palace.
Which way will he go? Oh.
Let's get that Palace peeking.
Will he have a support rifle or will he be on his own? There are 3 people heading towards A. Simple. Is he going to the ramp? He is. Ooh, that's a different angle to the one you normally see. Maybe not thinking he had the best spawn. A very early smoke in connector, and maybe that's because of Kiyoshima's notoriety charging through to connector from the phase days. He's been doing it on Envy as well, but it will be Haji on this occasion.
His pace is very quick, actually, from EnVyUs, going straight into the A site. Looks like they're laying down some fire there, quite literally, with the Molotov, but he will pay for it with his life as he is abused, punished by Flamey. And they have not made great progress into the bomb site here. They've lost 2 men already. Smokes are starting to dissipate, and they still need to get the bomb down. Simple is lurking with the AWP, and the flank comes in as well. EnVyUs, they are about to expire, I think, as Zeus's flank is in, and there's the frag onto Scream, and all he needs to do now is just stay alive. All he needs to do is just stay alive. There's nowhere for them to plant the bomb. And now it's just Kiyoshima. We've seen him do some pretty disgusting things, but he needs to win this 1v2, and it's not going to happen. Zeus takes the frag, and that will be that.
10-10. A struggle for Envy. Zeus's flank was so fast, so just watching it on the radar. Just zooming towards T-ramp. And here we are. Envy going to force the issue. X-Mess and Scream of AKs, although Sixer hasn't bought just yet. Okay, so he will don the AK and armor, maybe considering AWP and nakedness, because he had exactly 4750 in the back. We've got an aggressive setup from Na'Vi in mid, and we'll see if Edward goes fact-finding. He can't stand there forever. In the meantime, the bomb and the second player is towards A, which pretty much tells you what the ultimate executor is going to be. Will EnVy... It looks like they're looking to sell a fake towards the B bomb site now. When we've seen this before, they have just gone for a full rotation. They had nobody investing, but it seems that Haji will be running to his doom on this occasion. Is it good enough to full rotation though? Yes. Edward top mid simple in the window position, and he might hear the rotation into connector, but can he do anything about it? Flamey's on his own towards CT.
So he lays down the fire, the bullets, and things looking really good here. 2 very quick kills. EnVyUs without really a great way to be able to take the bomb site at this point. 5 players here. How can you plant the bomb? You really can't. You can see the Scream does try, and he will get some frags here, but it is all futile. 3 members will survive for Na'Vi as they go 11 to 10, and without the bomb plant, there definitely is not going to be a buy in this round, but after one's full save, they can afford to get in there. But now we have another chance here for Na'Vi to take momentum. Simple's, he's got the MP9, he's going to be rushing something. Let's see where he goes. Surely he wants to farm that money. There it is.
Does he peek immediately, or does he go for a slow peek like we saw from Kishima on a previous Mirage? He's ready for it. I think he heard the player above him. He knows how advanced he is, but it's only Haji there, and if he's closing the distance as well, it will be a sandwich, but Team Simple will let him go by and focus on the rest of the team. A slow peek from Sixer yields no results. It is limited what the teams can really do in this round, but that's more than you could ask for. An awkward angle for Scream to get that headshot. Edward may be taken by surprise by Kishima, but Kishima's only got a Glock, and EnVyUs is closing the gap. He's patching the holes in the ship. Well, Edward, bear in mind this position, continuation spray, can't really absorb that position. Now we've got one player in T-spawn, the remaining player Scream, heading towards the A site where Flamey and Electronic lie in wait. The Deagle, and only the Deagle for Scream. 1 minute on the clock. He wants to get something out of this. Taking a weird angle, trying to catch a CT at the point of no return. If he gets 2 nice meat shots, he might get something done, but it seems they're moving together, and he will get insta-gibbed by Edward, leaving it 12 to 10 for Na'Vi.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to take off a little bit for them. EnVyUs, though, not too far behind, and the AKs will come out again, and they've got 4 utility pretty much to back it up, I do believe.
How does Electronic play comfortably while wrapped in a blanket?
It does surprise me a lot of sort of the varying habits that some players have. I've seen some weird ones.
I wouldn't even bro fist. I feel like if I'm in a comfortable position and I'm playing more, I don't want to mess with that. I'm not bro fisting anyone. I just look at them.
Electronic will dart his way up comfortably into top mid position. All comfy cozy up there. He's going to trade a frags here as EnVyUs start to rally the troops towards the B bomb site, or the B apartments at least. And this forward position of Electronic is just so good at the moment. He's got a lot of, he can hear any running in T-spawn. And of course he has fast rotations to B. And that's where the push is coming.
Simple is being tasked with a lot. Will he even be able to see an early flashbang? But again, EnVy with a very slow creep, and that will give him 1 frag for free at the very least, as they creep just so slowly towards the window. Kishima onto the site on his own. This is really a laboured push from EnVy, not quite using their numbers. So tentative in the peaks, and Na'Vi don't really need to swing the crosshair too far. That was not the execute we were looking for. EnVy playing contact, but they received all the contact. Full contact. And now Na'Vi are 3 away from a 2-0 here on Mirage.
Oh dear, back to the pistols again, back to the drawing board. Not the time for it though. EnVyUs, they're not too far away from conceding the series. Na'Vi winning Inferno fairly closely. Pretty damn competitive game that first map. They just need to find a way to get back into this game. It seems like it may only be like 1 more good chance, because unless they can pull something off this round, it's going to be very rough. Good counter flashes here from Na'Vi. The lineups there, Flamey, Electronic, Simple, all chiming in with the damage. Edward as well to shut down this push. get one step closer to shutting down the hopes of EnVyUs in this tournament.
Na'Vi on their way to the final. Another final for the side. Onwards and upwards, climbing the mountain. One step at a time. Perhaps this would only be base camp for them. There's plenty of climbing to do as we head towards the major in London. Simple and Flamey now, both on sniper rifles. Simple with a good spawn for the window, and he's going all the way to short, making that jump look easy. I think I've landed it twice. 3 players top mid. He is sure to get a frag here. He's waiting for the flashbang, but now taking an alternative route. Looking to jump up, times it well, but Kishima's ready for it.
Oh dear. Nice nade there onto Edwards. And Edward will be taking Simple's position and suffering exactly the same fate. And now it's just 2 minutes left in Na'Vi, and he's sure Zeus gets a frag there on B, but he's got to somehow clutch this. And he won't be able to clutch the 1v1 against Sixer. And that's going to be that, I think. Flamey is well and truly locked out of the B-bomb side. So, how's the money here for Na'Vi? Well,
pretty good.
It's pretty damn good indeed. How much money does Zeus have?
10K.
Wow. $10,000. Must feel great. All the money in the world. So
Fat stacks.
That's going to be a pretty good thing to fall back onto for Na'Vi. EnVyUs. They got a long climb. They have a long climb. It's only a few rounds, but I feel like every round between these two teams, I feel like it's quite labored for both sides.
Well, that CT money can disappear quite quickly. That is the plus for Envy. And it seems they've given up on taking this AWP away, as the Envy money, it is pretty bad. So they cannot expend too much. They need to have the AKs out for all of these rounds. Insta-buy from Na'Vi. Will they go to 2 sniper rifles once again? Simple hasn't bought just yet. Edwards, look at the frags. He's 26 for 15. He's leading the server at the moment. They said he played well on the previous map, but look at him go now. Edwards back, baby. I'm telling you, man, it's all in the main. The longer his hair grows, the more his power grows.
I agree. I was disappointed when he shaved it off.
Every centimeter is plus 10 damage.
Double orbs here. Flamey and Simple rocking those snipers. EnVyUs gearing up for an set piece here. A scream. Oh, he's just going to go straight forward, straight into the crosshair of Electronic. They're down to 3 members again. Maybe they need to abort. How do you push a bomb site with just 2 players? Haji, can he open it up? Oh, he gets the headshot, but Simple has an angle, and that's the end of him. And oh my God, they couldn't even initiate the play. They couldn't even press the big red button, James, and they're all gone.
Zeus flanking, looking to give Sixer a taste of his own medicine. And he's got a minute 10. And now he has no more time at all. Seems that time may have run out here for Envy as Na'Vi reach match point, and the money for Envy is absolutely in the toilet head first. And they seem to be stuck in there. They're jammed. Kishima 4,300. This is not going to be a spectacular buy for Envy, and it may be an unceremonious exit from the Asia Championships here.
I mean, again, I don't want to count them out, but it does look pretty rough at the moment. Na'Vi seemingly finding some comfort, at least against that A-rush. Now, EnVyUs, they have very limited map pressure, and we can see that Na'Vi have 3 players around middle: Catwalk, Connector, and Window. And that gives them a lot of information. They don't have any push on Palace or the pit area, so there are some gaps in the knowledge of Na'Vi, but they can, I think, safely assume right now that there are definitely some players in B apps with the map control that Na'Vi have. So what is EnVyUs' play here? Are they aiming to just go in for a fast B push? It kind of feels like that's what they're waiting to do. And maybe catch Na'Vi being aggressive somewhere in the meantime.
Four players for Envy in the middle position. They can try to close the distance by boosting or using Connector. Not afraid to show presence in the underpass, but he won't try to make that boost now, maybe fearing it will be expected by the CT side. But then how do they get into position? So they're going to force the issue. That's a big frag from Kiyashima on a short area, trying to pepper there on the site as well. Zeus at the back of the van. He's got to find a kill. He's got to find a kill. The numbers are swarming, and Stream has been picked off, as has XMS, but who is still alive? It is simple. On the site, 20 seconds to plant the bomb, and now it's down to a 2 versus 2. Electronics, he's one by the pillar. The bomb is right in front of the window. Surely Hadji can't do this. He can't creep with the AWP anymore. He's got 10 seconds to collect the bomb and plant it. And there's a CT crossfire. He's got to go. He's got to go. Has he just got time? He's faking.
No, you can't fake it.
Why is he
There's
doing
no
this?
time,
He's going for elimination.
Oh my god, there was no time. Oh my god. What a way for Na'Vi to win the match. I think both teams had their troubles on this map and in this series, but Na'Vi stand tall at the end of it. They are going to be in another finals after the Star Series win. Can they claim another one a mere 2 weeks later? They will be, of course, facing VP. This is going to be an interesting one, but EnVyUs, this was a winnable game for them.
It was, but there's lots they can take from this. Considering how new this team is, they've done a lot better than you would expect. So, despite the shortcomings, despite the issues that we see, we expect they should have issues. That's the point of their history that they're in right now. So we can't look at that too much. But there's plenty to review, plenty to look at, plenty of successes for them to marvel at, and plenty of growth to be had. So they've definitely planted some seeds in this tournament. And we will see how far they can grow. Over to Paul and the desk for review.
Indeed, you plant the seeds and flowers grow from them. Thank you very much, James and DDK, for the superb commentary. As ever on our second semi-final, Na'Vi done and dusted without breaking a sweat yet again. Fantastic performance, Sean.
Yeah, the beginning, well, the beginning part of that map, I don't know, Nato and I were looking at each other. This is like the sloppiest game we've ever seen. The pistol round, they threw that. Then they went like a Glock. They went a Glock Eco on the third round, and you're like, okay, this is going to go in Na'Vi's favor. They immediately get reset. And then
they win the round where
the weird
Envy was trying to defuse the bomb, but they were coming off and on the bomb.
Yeah,
and then eventually
my notes have it as the FNS defuse. I don't know if you remember that happening. Where
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, where he didn't have the kit and he tapped the bomb. And yeah, that's kind of like what happened to EnVyUs in that round. You're just like, okay, all of these mistakes that EnVyUs are making, surely Na'Vi's going to capitalize on this. No, Na'Vi like never capitalized on any of EnVyUs' mistakes. Couldn't run away with the game. And then the end of T-Half, you finally saw vintage Na'Vi, you know, the connector split to A where they get jungle controlled. That's what I envision Na'Vi doing a lot of as a player that played against them so many times. They had success with that. And then they did a late B hit. They grinded out. Yeah, that's the round actually that we're referring to.
Yeah.
EnVyUs was tilted off the face of the earth. They took a tack timeout, and I was like, okay, this is over at this point. They come back and win the next round.
They did. They had an M4 and then like CZs and Deagles in the play, and then somehow win the run. They got picks in slope, and then eventually Na'Vi dies 1 by 1 and gives a round away to Envy. Yeah, second half, you know, you could tell like once really Na'Vi started getting rolling in, you could tell just the lack of playbook from the side of Envy. You know, the way that they executed the bomb site, that there was the lack of having those elaborate ways of coming in. You know, you make sure you're mauling all the important corners, your flash timing is on point, you come in as one wave so you trade effectively. None of that really to be happened. Only time really that Envy then eventually did get rounds was because Na'Vi got a little bit over-aggressive, if one will. Yeah. You know, you saw Simple jumping to short, getting on top of the fence, dies, then a guy comes from connector, dies, a third guy comes in and tries to trade, dies, all individually 1 by 1, of course. But then once they started playing serious again, more passive and just kind of let Envy try to get to the bomb sites is when Na'Vi started to dominate again. Yeah,
and there was a point in this match where I think Na'Vi realized that EnVyUs couldn't take mid control. And the one round that you saw EnVyUs actually had success is the round that you're referring to where they got like all these individual picks when they went mid. That was the only time I recall them having success in middle. Typically it was like they were going straight into B execs, straight into A execs, or they'd just stall out for a long time and do one or the other. The one really cool round they had was a B fake where they went up through the connector. The guy that went out B got killed by Zeus, and then Simple had like a genius angle inside of the window where he was able to get that kill and then fall away. I mean, they stood no chance that half, I feel like.
It just highlights like the importance of mid control and being able to get a player to either boost it up in window, getting the ladder room, getting in the connector. That's when you can do like a walk to B or an exec to B, because you have someone cutting off the rotations, be an annoyance there somewhere towards that middle, or be able to then come through the short and take that second peek as the attack comes from those B halls, for example. So, yeah, lack of playbook, in my opinion, from EnVy.
Some standout individual performances. Simple, much better in this one. Looked like he'd woken up out of his slumber or whatever he was doing in the previous one. 27 for 21. Edward, 26 for 17. A catnap. Yeah, I like that. And Edward, 26 for 17. Second great game in a row. Like, I guess MVP for the series,
For the
perhaps?
series, yeah, I would have to say Edward, right?
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of crucial double kills too. Stalling at the A side on some of those hits. You know, where EnVyUs, like Natus was saying, they didn't look very fluid on those A hits. Their smokes would start to fade. They still didn't have the plant down. Edward did a good enough job stalling them, where Zeus would be like flanking A ramp. They were just the better team. But yeah, Edward came up huge time and time again.
Yeah, very calm in this one. Shout out to Scream on the other side, 23 for 16 for EnVy as well.
He was playing well, though.
Good tournament overall.
Yeah, Scream had a
he
had
said,
a
I
great
mean,
tournament.
James is right as well with what he said in the recap at the end of the match. There's some bright highlights here for this EnVy team.
Yes.
I mean, they came here with no expectations. We didn't give them any chances of getting out of the group, let alone getting to the semi-finals. So that bodes well, doesn't it?
Sure. I mean, it can be a strength if you take it right that you don't really have a lot of practice. You come in with a fresh mind. You don't have any pressure on you, and then you have kind of the players that they do have. Yes, it can be successful to a point. But then you do hit a brick wall once you play against someone like Navi. You need to have that depth in your playbook. You need to be able to execute properly so that you put the opposing side to an uncomfortable situation where you're not going to be able to trade effectively. You're not going to have those cross angles and multiple people shooting at one another. So that's the problem.
Let's bring in our MVP for the series. It is Edward, who joins us now from the player area, and hopefully we'll get a few words with him. Congratulations, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
Really good play. I mean, you, as an individual, had an outstanding series. Did it feel like that for you up there on the stage?
Well, it's a rare thing. I'm happy.
It's not rare, Edward.
This year it's a rare thing.
Well, you got Simple in the team, so that's why, right?
Of course.
Yeah. But congrats. Does it feel like, as a team, you're playing as well as you can do? I mean, we look at it from the outside and think, well, they're winning, but it doesn't feel like you're winning as well as perhaps you have done.
Well, actually, we had the two tough maps. I don't think we play our best game here in China. I don't know why. Maybe because of time zone. It's hard to adapt.
It is. Natu's finding that very hard to adapt. He's been here for 5 days.
Natu's done.
Gents, have you got any questions for Edward?
I do, yeah. So, Edward, I noticed on Mirage, you do a really good job of rotating off cat and getting connector control as CT, right? Can you envision that? Like you control middle a lot on A hits. So you had a lot of success. Is that like a protocol thing when a team hits the A bomb site, instead of rotating through CT spawn, you always, stay around mid and get mid control?
It was such a mess, actually. It wasn't a plan or something like this. So I don't know what to say.
I love your honesty.
I don't even know what to say.
It's just being honest, Sean.
Yeah,
it's not all planned.
I can appreciate the honesty.
That's fair enough.
That's cool.
No,
I'm true guy, yeah.
No, well, speaking of truth, how do you feel in the broader picture? You guys are definitely improving your game recently.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can pinpoint personally from inside the team that has really elevated your guys' the way you play?
Yeah, actually, we feel that we getting better and better, so we will try to win as much as we can.
That's very simple.
It's very straightforward, isn't it? I think you've obviously been with Navi now for a long time. What makes you stay within an organization like that?
Only goals, to be the best. Only reason to stay and play.
And you just carry on. Where do you get the motivation from?
I just love I just love the game. That's it. Simply as that.
I like that. That's a good answer. All right, we'll let you go. Enjoy the victory here. Not long. I guess you guys are going to be, having some food and then getting straight into the grand final, right?
We're going to prepare.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you go and do that right now. Thanks, Edward. And congrats again.
Guys.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Edward from Navi, part of the winning team. And they just rumble on, gents. I feel like, as I said to him, we haven't really seen the best of them yet, but there they are in the grand final. They'll start as favourites against Virtus Pro as well. Could end up with another title without really showing too much. Is that a sign of a really good championship quality team?
I think so.
Yeah.
Just like Edward in that interview, didn't really give too much to us, I feel like.
It was a tough nut to crack. He's keeping his cards close to him. You wouldn't want to play poker with him, trust me.
No, we could not get anything out of him right
winning
there.
ingredient, apparently, is just win as much as possible.
But as I said, he finished the game. He was like 26 and 17 in the second game. He was top scorer in the first game. He just like finished the game. He was like, GG, well played. And it just was so calm,
He's
so chilled
calm.
out.
Yeah.
I guess with all that experience, it's, it pays off.
It does. He's a very calm dude. I saw him reading a book once at a major, like on a ledge, like a balcony ledge.
Right.
It's a very dangerous spot to be. He's just in like a zen pose.
It's nice and calm, Sean.
Yeah.
This is a guy that's played Counter-Strike for easily 15 years at this point.
For sure. Let's check in with the bracket and bring you right up to date with where we are. We only have 2 teams remaining now in this the CSGO Asia Championship right now. As you can see, our grand final is set. Virtus Pro versus Natus Vincere, the 2 teams who have made their way through to the grand final at the expense of Tyloo and EnVy today. Commiserations to both of those, but they've both got something to cheer about and have both put in very good performances to reach the top 4. So there it is. We're almost done and dusted, gents.
Yeah.
Is that the final you thought we would get from today? Sure, but I'm guessing probably not if we started that conversation at the start of the tournament.
I mean, Navi was probably the expected one, obviously. But then I think, it was really hard to pinpoint who would be the second team going in. I was curious to see how NIP would do. Obviously not well enough. They looked pretty okay in the group stages, but then Tyloo just stunned them. Then you think, all right, well, Tyloo's looking good. They should be going through the semifinal, but then VP decides to plow through once again. So, no, I don't think so. I don't think VP was expected. I mean, we were all saying before, at least I was personally, I've lost hope with VP, unfortunately. they've just, I love the guys. They're legends and they're great players, but it's just really hard to put stock on them considering the performances they've had in the last 1 month.
It's the second final this year. They've made. Obviously, the last one being at V4 earlier this year, lost to Mouse Sport. So they're okay right now. There's some signs that they're getting better.
They showed a glimpse of hope at Star Series, actually. So I had a little bit of faith. But, I never would have envisioned them making the finals here. But they validated the fact that they made it first out of the group with a 2-0 today. And both teams that advanced first out of the group did that. So no flukes.
Yeah, should be a good fun final. Thanks, gents. We're going to take an extended break right now. It's going to be around about 30 to 35 minutes or so until we get the grand final. Obviously, the players need a break after that second semi-final, so we'll let them go and get food and drink and also prepare for the grand final. Likewise for yourself, go and grab your snacks, and we'll see you in about 30 minutes for the grand final of the Dota 2 Asia the CSGO Asia Challenge. I knew I was going to do it at least once. Cut, fix it in post, go a break. Go.